Hey everybody. So I figured why not put one more video on my first day and talk about what's on my mind. Kris and Kim. I know everybody's talking about it. Everybody has their own opinion. People are cursing her out, cursing him out. And expressing yourself like we're supposed to do. This is America. That's the good thing about it. So let me say my little part. By the way, I loved the wedding. It was the best wedding ever. If I have the money like them when I'm getting married, maybe not exactly or as over the top, but it will be very similar to her wedding. She had the perfect Cinderella wedding ever. But for you to get married in such a grand way and get a divorce in what 72 days doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It doesn't say you love the person. It seems like it's done to me. If you love the person, like let's put yourself in this situation like you're a regular person and you're in a relationship. If you love the person that bad, do you just say, well, he went out of town and I didn't know about it. He didn't call me, or he did this and that and that. So I'm not gonna try working it out. I'm just gonna end it. And we're talking about a relationship, not a marriage. After you have a big wedding like that, after you confess on TV how bad you love the person, or how much, or getting into fights with your family and swearing that he's your soulmate or whatever, you don't just give up after 72 days. You don't just get up and say, oh, I'm mad at you, I'm filing a divorce. Oh, I'm mad at you. You're not staying in my house, but it's not a divorce. You haven't worked it out. Whatever the problem was, you didn't work it out, or you didn't really try to put your effort to it. How long did they date? What? Not that long? They didn't date that long. Whatever the problem was, if it was that bad, you wouldn't get married. It wasn't that bad for her. She really wanted to marry him. She was in love. And I'll say she just filed a divorce. It's not like the papers are signed or whatever. Maybe she was just trying to prove a point to him and say, I can get up and go do this one day, and or or she's really upset. But I think that she should have tried to work it out with him. He seems like a great guy. He doesn't seem so opportunistic like everybody thinks he is. From what I see, he doesn't read. I don't think he's there to be in the public eye. Try to make. He's already an NBA player. He's already got a little money. If he wants to, he didn't have to go through with the marriage. He could have just stayed on your little show and kept playing with you and being your boyfriend for a little longer till he got his name out there and just said, he's not gonna spend all that money just to prove a point. So if this is really a divorce, I'm a little icky about it. I think there's something not really clicking, like they made it seem on TV, like were so in love. But if this is a stunt just to prove a point, then I think she went too far. I would have thrown him out for a couple of months or whatever, and if him being out doesn't change anything in the relationship, then I would say, okay, it's done, and we're getting a divorce. That's it, you know? So, I mean, I'm reading right now that she went to Minnesota to go visit him after her trip from Australia or whatever, and she was caught outside his house. She didn't just go to a hotel, she went to his house. So maybe she is realizing that she was too drastic or too hasty in making a decision, with probably her family's pushing her towards it, or thinking it's the best thing for her, especially her mom. I can't stand her mom for some reason. I think her mom is kind of a bad influence in a way on her, thinking that as Kim, it's She has to, it's not always about the money. She has to be happy. And, all I'll say is you don't just listen to what people say. If you want to get back with him, if, do that. If you love him that much as you proclaim and you're crying on TV, whatever he did, as a married couple, you should be able to, I mean, as unless he went around sleeping with strippers, you know, even that, some of the great marriages, you don't know what they're going through. I've never been married, never really had a serious relationship. I have, but not to the extent of, getting married. But I think that she should really try to work it out. Or get her divorced. She doesn't have to. I don't think she had to pull that stunt with their marriage to be more famous. It's Kim Kardashian. We know them from. They're on our TVs every fucking day. He doesn't. She doesn't need to pull that stunt to make her more popular. She was already Kim. I love her fashion, by the way, don't you? Like, I think her fashion sense is so great, and her body is banging. So, kudos to you, Kim. If it's really over, I'm sorry it didn't work out, but men come and go. You'll find another one very soon. Same to Kris, she wasn't the one. You'll find another one. Don't cry over spilled milk if it's really over. Don't go back to his house trying to start something you don't want. Just sign the papers and let's know it's really over. Or say, you know what, I changed my mind. It's your life. You can come on damn E-News and say, I don't want to divorce him. I really love him, and whatever it was between us, we are figuring it out.